I really hope you all can hear me. Please tell me you all can hear me. It's working on my end. Hopefully, it works on your end. Oh, I forgot to change the stream info. My big B. Whoops. Sorry, hang on. I forgot to change that stream information. Listen, I woke up not too long ago. 28 months! 28 months! I'm doing well, Amy. Thank you very much. Hang on. Let me go fix that stream info really quick. Hang on. Edit stream info. It's not Black Mesa. It's just chatting. Connor's. I'll read that in a second. Sorry. Coffee. Convo. Beans and memes. That's that's gonna be the description. Cool. Alright, fixed. And also, thank you very much to Drago for 24 months. You got your Galaxy Heart now. Nice. Thank you, both of you. Alright, let's go. IRL scene. It's here. Hey, everyone. Don't play with fire. Because sometimes it doesn't work. This lighter matches my look. That's right. It's probably the first time some of you are seeing my blue hair. You love the hair? Yeah. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I was going for, I'm holding this lighter with intention, don't worry. I was going for, purple, but I tried... Alright, let me tell all this properly in just a moment. Let me, get some good smells going. That's nicer. Ooh. There we go. Okay. Please tell me someone screwed Capcom with a lighter. I mean, this VOD's gonna be saved. Also, 14 months from Duke. Thank you all for the subscriptions. How's everyone doing? I'm Connor. It's coffee time with my new mug. With my Splat Jazz mug. I got this off of Yeti. That's Y-E-T-E-E. It's excellent. I love this mug. Hope everyone's having a good time. So, as good a time as you can be in quarantine anyways. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so, I wanted to dye my hair lavender. If you didn't know, dyeing your hair a pastel is difficult. Let me explain. The way hair dye works is that it's pigment that sticks to your hair. And the lighter a color, the less pigment there is. So if you want to do a pastel, you gotta not have a lot of pigment, which means that it won't stick to your hair as long. Or as well, which means pastels are just kind of a tricky thing in general to do. I'll get to that in a second, Super Slayer. And I wanted to do lavender because that's a color I very much enjoy, but tried doing it and it didn't work very well. I didn't take any pictures or anything because it was just really bad. It was patchy. There was still a lot of spots where you could see the bleached hair underneath. It was not good. So I grabbed a box of Good Dye Young Purple People Eater, which is the color I used before I was using Stoned Pony, I think it was called. From Good Dye Young, and did it over, but doing dark purple over lavender apparently makes it blue, but I'm okay with that. I got blue now. And I thought about dyeing my hair pink, but I wanted something a little less, what's the word I'm looking for here, ostentatious? Something like that. I live in Missouri, and there are some people around me, neighbors and such, who aren't great people. And I don't want to deal with that. I don't go out very often anymore because there's a big sick. But I also at the same time don't really want to deal with that kind of shit. I do kind of look like a Fire Emblem character now. Also, the blue matches my eyes, so that's nice. We're gonna get Julia to do some new art, new icon, new emotes, and the like for like kind of a bit of a rebranding I'm doing. Some of you might have seen I posted a new channel trailer over on my channel just a few minutes ago. Just recorded that yesterday, got it all situated pretty quickly. I recorded at the same time I recorded some of the bits for the 100,000 subs video, which I'm actively working on. I look like Minato, you're right. Did you draw your profile picture yourself? No, I do draw, but not my profile picture. That was Julia. That was Sharcy's in the chat. You thought the ping was the channel trailer, not the stream. I decided I wanted to do a coffee stream today, but it was a bit of work to get out of bed. It's just always a bit of work to get out of bed nowadays, if I'm being real with you. Like, the hair just gets better and better. I'm drinking Starbucks brand breakfast roast, and it tastes fine. It tastes like coffee. Like, it just do you know those, like, artificial flavors of things? Like, artificial cherry flavor that you get in, like, Twizzlers? Things like that. This tastes like artificial coffee. It just tastes like coffee flavoring. No, we're gonna do one more Black Mesa stream, so I can beat Zen. I just haven't been awake enough at night recently to do the final Black Mesa stream. I did play through all of Half-Life Source, though. I played... So, I think I have 8 video files of playing through Half-Life 1. We're gonna probably have 4 or 5 of playing through Black Mesa. And Half-Life Source I was able to beat in 2 sittings, because I didn't do any of the side stuff. I just, like, booked it straight to the end, because I just needed footage of it. Yeah, I do look like Minato. So it's worse than coffee? It tastes worse than coffee. Do you like Black Mesa or the original Half-Life 1 better? I just beat Gonark in Zen. I would say I like them equally. And I like them for different things. I think that Half-Life 1 is... If you've never played a Half-Life game before and you want to play starting from the beginning, Half-Life 1 is a better way to get into it. And I'm going to explain my reasoning in the video I'm making. If you have played Half-Life 1 before, and you just kind of want to do a bit of a nostalgia trip, then I would say Black Mesa is an excellent way to do that, because it feels like a highlight reel of Half-Life. If you have played Half-Life 2, but not Half-Life 1, which is the case for a lot of people, then Black Mesa is also a very good option, because it won't feel like a downgrade in any capacity. Yeah, a lot of people are saying I look like Minato. Yep. I'm glad Half-Life is getting this resurgence again, thanks to Alex, Black Mesa, and Self-Aware AI. Yep. Minato. M-I-N-A-T-O. Which is fun. Also, yeah, there's a workshop now for Half-Life Alyx, which makes me very excited, especially with how you styled it for the channel trailer. The channel trailer style was I zipped up the hoodie I was wearing over my Foo Fighters shirt, put on the hat and choker that was sitting next to me, and no, his name is Makoto as of the movie. His name was Minato in the original, and they changed it for the movie and then all future releases. His name originally was Minato. There was never an official name, as far as I know, for the FemMC. I don't know if I'll do workshop stuff for Alyx. I might. I don't know if I'd... Like, I know the Source engine. I could probably make some maps, but I don't know if I'd make good maps, and I don't know if that's really what I want to spend my time on right now. I got other stuff I'm working on. More coffee. I brought the French press out with me this time. Do you enjoy Half-Life 1 or Half-Life 2 more? Good question. I think... overall, I enjoy Half-Life 2 more. I feel like the high moments in Half-Life 1 are more revolutionary than those in Half-Life 2. But I feel like overall, just like playing them nowadays, the high moments in Half-Life 2 are more fun. That said, Half-Life 2 also has the airboat segment. But Half-Life 1 has On a Rail, so like, you know, there's some good and there's some bad. There's some give and there's some take. Coffee sub hype, thank you very much, Scarlet. Why does everyone hate airboat? It's too long. That's literally the only reason. I like the airboat. It just goes on too long. I like the car segment more because you do a lot more stopping off and exploring, and the physics aren't as bad in it. If you haven't seen, IGN has this series on YouTube of developers reacting to speedruns of their games. It's an excellent series. I'd highly recommend it. The one for Half-Life 2, it might be one of the funniest videos I've seen in a long time, because it is the developers talking about the development process of Half-Life 2 candidly for probably the first time in many years, and they are realizing now how many things they did really weird and would have done totally differently now. Like, worrying, like, okay, yeah, maybe the airboat segment did go on a little too long. But, like, again, overall, it's good. It's a good experience. Again, I prefer the car, personally. But that's just me. It was the 04s. That is true as well. I might stream Half-Life 2 again. Sometime. I know I've streamed it before, but that was before I've saved VODs. I might go through it again. We'll see. But after I beat Black Mesa and make this video about Half-Life, I'm probably going to take a break from Half-Life for a bit. I've been thinking about streaming Zelda 1. Because I've been trying to subtitle my videos more actively as of late. I used to do that actively, but it takes up a lot of time and I have a lot of things I need to do. But that said, it is worthwhile to subtitle videos. For the people who need it, it is worth having good subtitles on videos. Also, YouTube has made it easier because you can copy-paste a transcript and it will auto-time them to a point. You still have to go through and correct some errors, but like, I can just copy the scripts from my videos and paste them in. I don't have all the scripts saved for some of my older videos. So I've been going through and slowly subtitling my analysis and review videos. And I subtitled the physical versus digital video, so it was interesting to rewatch that, and like really pay attention to the words I was saying. I guess I can't really think of another way to say it. Like, it was an interesting experiment, that video, and I'm glad it paid off. If you need a bit of help with that, I'm unemployed right now and have so much free time. I don't think I can afford to pay people for it. And overall, it's something I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. You don't need payment. I'll think about it. Going forward, it will be much easier for me to just copy script from video, paste in, and then subtitles should launch with the video. It's just going back to the older ones. That's gonna take a bit of time. I might enlist some help with it, actually, yeah. But overall, the point I'm making here is I wanted to have subtitles on the videos I had linked in the channel trailer. So I got the channel trailer done last night and I uploaded it and added the end card video links, and I wanted to have it linked to my Portal Stories video, which I already subtitled, whatever the newest video is, Celeste, which is already subtitled, and then physical versus digital, because I still think it's one of my best videos. But I wanted to have it subtitled because I wanted anything that was linked there to have subtitles. So I went back and did that up. And when it got to the bit about Virtual Console and I saw Zelda 1, there was just this, like gut punch of nostalgia that hit me. Like, I should stream. stream this one. And that's what I'm gonna do. You just have to approve them. Yeah, some people have created subtitles, and they're some of them are racist and homophobic and really bad. And yeah, it's a tricky thing, is what it is. I do have to approve them though. Yeah, there are some people who just make super offensive subtitles. Like, just as a joke, I guess. But overall, I'm working on it. I'll look into if I should enlist help with it or not. I've never played a Zelda game, just Hyrule Warriors. If you want to play any Zelda game, I'm trying to think what the best introductory Zelda game. If you don't really care about going through the whole catalog or anything, then just Breath of the Wild. Go nuts with it. Breath of the Wild is excellent. If you want to kind of have a really Zelda experience, then Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, or Twilight Princess, any of those will do. I hate subtitles to things that include jokes in brackets. Just write what's being said, thanks. Yeah, if I have any jokes in the subtitles, it is in reference to what... It is in reference to how I am subtitling it. Because, like, if I'm just laughing like a maniac, it's really hard to subtitle that. Like, so you just subtitle, like, laughing at own stupid joke. And that's, like, the most jokey thing that I do. Like, I don't add any side subtitles because that's not what's being said. Doesn't make any sense to do that. We're talking about subtitles. Love the hair, by the way. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. Yeah, I know what you mean, Square. I don't mind when channels do that as a goof with secondary subtitles. Like, Team 4-Star, they have actual subtitles, and then they have the Canadian subtitles, which are just like basically a joke commentary track, and that's okay, because the English subtitles are still there and still work. Subtitles that explain jokes that work in English but not in another language. That's good, though. That's also a good point. I don't speak any other languages fluently enough to do anything like that myself. My shoulders have been killing me. I dislocated my shoulder the other day while doing laundry. Of all the fucking things to dislocate your shoulder while doing. I've dislocated both of these shoulders in the past, so now it's pretty easy for them to pop out of place. And you just gotta slide them back in. Hey, good music. Oh yeah, it sucks. I was actually kind of worried when I posted the channel trailer, cause part of the reason why I was thinking about waiting to post that channel trailer until I hit 100,000 subs is I describe myself as your internet envy in the video, and that's it's a subtle, like a less than a second thing that I do, but I'm worried that there's gonna be some people who are super not cool and go ew and unsub, and I'm not actually gonna hit 100,000 subs anytime soon because people will unsub en masse. Granted, people unsub en masse anytime I upload a video anyways, so I love getting helpful advice from people saying, like, have you thought about, you know, maybe just like a second channel where you do payday stuff? Just another channel where you upload payday content. Maybe just do it there. Or like, you could go one step further and make this channel payday stuff because that's what people subscribed for. And then do a second channel where you do all your other stuff, so that it's out of my eyes and I don't have to see it. Great advice. Thanks. I love being negged by my viewers. Like, it's just not happening. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not. I don't think I'm going to ever delete all the old Payday videos. I might at some point down the line if, like, for one reason or another, things get really out of hand. I might unlist all of them and put them into one big playlist, and then people can go watch them there. But I don't think I'm going to. I think I'll just leave it as it is. Eventually, my non-Payday content will outweigh the amount of Payday content I have. It'll just be a blip on the radar in the past. But, like, I don't see much of a point in deleting them unless, like, something real problematic happens. Listen. It's not bro or sis. It's... What is the equivalent? Sib? Sibling? Thembo. Just call me a thembo. That's all you gotta do. Is Scoob good? Is Scoob good? I've heard people say that it's extremely fun, and people say it's the worst thing they've ever seen. You've heard no. That's like... It's disappointing, but also I don't really know what they expected. Like, all the voices are wrong, and the voices are like 50% of what makes Scoob so fun. And I don't know, like, it feels weird to have such good animation wasted on such a shitty product. Why can't we just get Freddie Prinze Jr. to voice all the characters? He did a great job as Fred. Just get him to do all of them. I learned the other day that Freddie Prinze Jr. voices Iron Bull in Dragon Age, and that makes me very happy. It's meh, but you're enjoying the memes. It's Fred telling the story to someone else, so he does all the voices. Perfect, yes! How does he remember the parts he wasn't there for? Don't matter, doesn't care. This is what he thinks. Oops, all Fred. This is what he thinks is gonna happen. I can't wait for the all Fred remake of Scoob. That is just Freddie Prinze Jr. It's Fred, and Freddy. Fred 2 and Fred the dog. So, okay, you have Fred, the original character from Scooby-Doo. Fred, as in Freddie Prinze Jr. Freddy, the serial killer. Fred 2, the famous Santa Man. And, of course, Fred the dog, who is just a dog. And you have a special guest appearance from Fred the YouTube celebrity. And the movie is, of course, called Oops, All Freds. Fuck yeah. You heard that Shaggy's VA didn't want to do Scoob. I'm not sure the reason, though. It's not the same person who did Shaggy for the longest time. That was... I want to say his name was Kelly Green? Let me look up his name really quick. Okay, so I looked up who voiced Shaggy, and Matthew Lillard was the first person that came up. That's, not quite right. Casey Kasem, that was his name. No, Kelly Green is somebody else. And he's played by fucking Will Forte in the new movie? I mean, Will Forte's fine, but why? Yeah, but Casey Kasem died. Lillard's been the voice since the early thousands. Is the audio wigging out for anyone else? I hope not. You forgot about Fred the YouTuber? Well, didn't you listen to Christmas Cash on loop as a kid? Cause I did one Christmas. I was a terrible child. Oh man, that is the worst memory of Christmas I have. Was that very brief window where I liked Fred because I was an idiot child. Oh god. His dad was John Cena in the... What? He was on an episode of iCarly. Christ. Except he was, like, much older, and the whole joke was that, like, no, I'm a YouTuber. This is a bit that I do. Get me my fucking coffee, you idiot children, with your petty web show. I am Fred and I control the internet! Bezos is a creation, my new OC. A trillionaire in Christmas cash. That's the last of the coffee. French press, good to the second to last drop. You never, I never saw the fucking Fred movie. There was like maybe a 45-day window when I liked Fred as a child. And then I got over it. I'm trying to think if there are any YouTubers I watched as a kid who I still watch now. The only one that's coming to mind is Proton John. That is the only thing that comes to mind. Because he's still good. Well, Amy, you're a bit younger than me, I think. So you probably grew up after the whole Fred craze passed. Oh, fucking Smosh. I watched a lot of Smosh when I was a kid, too. I don't mean to put my sister on blast. I don't even know if she's listening right now, but she used to peruse the Smosh forums quite a bit. Nerd Cubed and Yogscast for at least 7 years. Nerd Cubed is still good as far as I know. I don't think he did anything weird. Yogscast got weird. I watched the Yogscast as a kid too. I watched their fucking like real-time RP series. Whatever the fuck that was. Adventure of Grindelfuck. That one. One of your favorite YouTubers back in the day was Robbers. I don't know who that is. A lot of his jokes in his early vids are pretty problematic on reflection. Oh, a lot of YouTubers' jokes in their early vids are problematic on reflection. I hope none of mine are, but like, if you started making videos in 2005, the hit thing of internet comedy in that era was being a piece of shit, just being garbage, being a garbage human being. I think the only good person who made content on the internet in the early 2000s who is still making content, the only one is Neil Cicerega. The rest died or just were canceled, I guess. That's a joke for the record, but I still occasionally watch Ethos Lab. Ethos chill. Filthy Frank moved on to others. Yeah, I heard. I never watched Filthy Frank, but I watched Quentin Reviews did a Fallen Titans about Filthy Frank, talking about how like he quit and he moved on to other things, and his audience didn't like that, and that's too bad for the audience because this is his fucking life. Nerdcube gives no fucks about YouTube anymore and just makes what he wants, including writing books, and the Yogscast have had several Oh, cool! Great! The only thing of Nerdcube I ever saw was he was on Ashens to do the advent calendars. That was choice. Those videos are mwah, a Christmas treat. an excellent Christmas. Fucking... Do I dare? Do I dare talk about H3H3? Fuck it. I'm probably gonna regret this. Let's talk about H3H3 for a second. For whatever fucking reason, Keemstar, internet piece of shit Keemstar, uploaded a Twitter video watching one of my old Payday videos, my H3H3 review for the DLC for Payday, and like used me giving H3H3 the benefit of the doubt about what they would do with the funds they got from the DLC. Because I gave them the benefit of the doubt and said they'll probably use it for their fund to help internet content creators who are caught up in lawsuits thing, whatever that was. It's been a while. And he paused and went, no, they won't, they didn't. We never had any proof of that. And like, I never said they did. I was just giving them the benefit of the doubt, because back then, for some goddamn reason, I liked them. And then, like, flash forward to now, and Ethan is just generally transphobic and weird and gross, and just not a good person. And also, he was always that. I just didn't notice until now. I don't know anything about Hila beyond the two of them together, so I'm not going to say anything about her. And Keemstar has and continues to be gross and just feeding on drama. Did you search H3H3 on YouTube and watch random vids? Probably. Like, again, I'm not even gonna call him out or anything stupid like that. He didn't credit me, but I don't care, because I don't like that video that I made, and I don't want it to resurface again or whatever. Like, it's whatever. This is what he does for a living, and it's his decision to make, and it's my decision to not want anything to do with it. He searched specifically for the vid. Someone must have told him about the video or something, I guess. Okay. Like, whatever. There... Keemstar is a parasite. It's what he makes his entire living on. He knows it. It's what he does. Just ignore him. Ethan is a general piece of shit. I don't know anything about Hila. That's it. You know what they're doing these days? I stopped paying attention a while ago. The only reason that came up was because people linked me the clip. Like, I wouldn't have known otherwise. It's not like he tagged me or reached out to me or anything. God, I wouldn't want him to. Oh, Tomska's good. Yeah. Tomska's a cool dude. Trying to think. I think I probably got into Tomska through Ed's World. And obviously, Ed's World, it continues to exist, but it isn't quite the same since Ed died. But that said, Ed's World is still like a classic internet staple for me. And Tomska is still very high quality. I do remember that it got really depressing for a while, his videos, because the comments, like, you just had to avoid them. Even though some of the most fun I had back in the day was reading comments on comedy sketch videos, because there was a lot of quality jokes there. But, people just being super fat-phobic and, like, talking about how Tomska's gaining weight. And, like, it's none of your fucking business. Leave the guy alone. I think I found, Ed's... I probably saw Asdif movie, and then found Ed's World through Asdif movie, and then watched the rest of Tomska's stuff through Ed's World. Something like that. I watched PBG a bit when I was younger, but he had some really weird Twitter takes, And also the Pro Jared thing, yeah. It's the whole fucking thing. I'm not gonna dredge that up, because, like, it doesn't matter. Just avoid the guy. Eventually, we will reach a point where the only good YouTuber is Review Raw. There are no other good content creators. Everyone else will have done something bad. And all that will be left is Review Raw. And we will praise him. And then it will be revealed that he was the one pulling all the strings and causing all of the chaos. Because this is what happens when his disappointment is immeasurable and his day is ruined. You don't like where this is going? Well, it's where it's going. You don't have a fucking say in it. You know nothing about... I've never even watched his channel. He seems nice. I don't know anything about him. He seems nice. There's a lot of, like, classic YouTube that I haven't seen. I've never watched Slow-Mo Guys. The only thing of Slow-Mo Guys I've seen was the Guillotine channel that Corridor Digital has with them. And, like, I know about the Slow-Mo Guys more for their film making, for, like, their work on slow motion in various movies than I do for their channel. A channel I've been watching recently that I very, very highly recommend is Technology Connections. Excellent channel, where it's just breaking down and explaining old and interesting technology and how it worked. You may have seen, like, in your recommended videos about, like, this old toaster is better than your current toaster, or the DVD that self-destructed. That's him. Highly recommend it. Excellent channel. Forgotten Weapons. I've never watched Forgotten Weapons, but from what I know, it's pretty good. It's just, again, guns IRL aren't really my thing. But for people who like that or don't have problems with it. Did you watch a lot of Flash animations as a kid? You fucking know I did. Oh, God. We grew up in the worst era. Madness Combat Super Mario Bros. Z. What did I watch? I watched Legend... This isn't a Flash animation, but it just occurred to me. I watched Legend of Neil as a kid, which is not when you should watch Legend of Neil. And every couple of years, like it's a fucking remembrance, I'll recall Legend of Neil existing. And that Felicia Day played a horny fairy in Legend of Neil, and that she then went on to become Felicia Day. And remember that no matter how bad things get, no matter how bad you think something you make is, there's always room to improve and recover. Don't look up Legend of Neil. It's not good. It's not actually good. It was a parody series of Zelda 1 that was live action and really cheaply made and really grotesque and overly sexual and just not good. And for whatever fucking reason, Felicia Day was in it. Stick figure Flash animations? Fuck yeah. Animator versus animation. That was a big one for me back then. It's just like such a simple concept that really, like, had so much room for content in a video. I feel like anyone who watched stick figure animations in the past is now gay. Those two things have nothing to do with each other, but it sounds like a Twitter take, so I'm just gonna say it. Oh, fucking Flipnote. Yeah, I was on Flipnote all the time as a kid. People making, like, basically the equivalent of like, AMVs on Flipnote with, like, really shittily recorded music using the microphone. Oh, God, what a trip. What a fucking trip. What was your favorite Flash game site? I was on Congregate a lot. In my My Friend Pedro video, I made reference to a lot of Flash game sites that I used to use. I joked about Congregate, Armor Games, Addicting Games, Mini Clips, not Mini Clips, whatever, something like that. It's a different thing. No, yeah, Mini Clips, I think I was right. I'm trying to think what else. Was there another one I used? The stick figure Counter-Strike. Oh god, I remember those. Do y'all remember X-Gen Arena? I think X-Gen Studios Stick Figure Arena, something like that. I played the shit out of that as a kid. This is a weird energy we're bringing to this stream. X-Gen Studios made a lot of those stick figure games back in the day. And Stick Arena was the one I played the most. It was a top-down shooter, multiplayer online shooter that was actually really fun. It was pretty fucking fun. Like, like the maps were usually like office complexes, and there'd be weapons that spawn around the map. Wait, what is it called? Stick Arena. I think it's called Stick Arena, and it was X-Gen Studios. Let me look this up. Let me see if they, like, exist still. X-Gen Studios. They have a website. They have a Wikipedia page. They're still making games! The Low Road is coming out, or came out for Linux, Mac, Windows, and Switch in 2018. They had Super Motherload and Defend Your Castle. They still exist. And like Stick Arena. Stick Arena Ballistic. I think that was it, yeah. Yeah, that was it, yep. Oh my god, people are still making videos about this game. It's on Steam? What? Hang on, we gotta take a trip here. We gotta take a fucking trip for a second. It's free to play on Steam. Hold on. Hold on a fucking second. This is insane. It's still on fucking Steam. It's the same game. This is what I played as a kid. Similar to games you played, Doom. It's not good. No, it's not a good game. It isn't. But boy howdy, did I spend a lot of time playing it. I had a map maker, that's right, Jesus. This video is also terrible. You achieved rank 1. Yeah, it's just like a top-down shooter. Weapons spawn into maps and you just wander around the map and fight. Good God. You need a Pentium M or better. 1 gig of RAM. 100? How is this game 100 megabytes? I'm surprised it's even more than 5. Good God. Alright, that's enough of that. That's quite enough of that. Let's get back. Did you install it? Nobody is there? Maybe we should all get together and do a stick arena stream sometime. Oh, man. Oh, man. Never. Of course. Oh, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me, Temptress. There are 3 people online right now. Oh, man. Well, maybe we can bump that up to 10 people. Do it like Raid. I haven't played Animal Crossing in a hot moment. Oh, I didn't buy turnips today. Shit, I was gonna actually do that today. Damn it. Whatever. I keep forgetting to buy turnips, and like I did all the things I want to do in Animal Crossing, and I'm just gonna kind of play when there are events now. Forget community GTFO games. Let's go Stick Arena. Oh, Gotham City Imposters. That was a game I never got to play, but looked super fun. Azrael for 22 months. Community games are always fun, at least to watch. Hell yeah. You got to sell 10,000. Ooh. Yeah, you have to get there before noon. You have to find her before noon on your island. At noon, she leaves. On Sunday at noon. That's when you gotta find her. A Sunday before noon, rather. Sorry. What was that stick game called? Where it was like kind of like Worms with 2 teams? Probably Stick Territory Wars. Territory Wars, right? That sounds right. I'll look that up. Territory Wars sounds right. Yep, that's right. Crazy Games. That was another one. Yeah, we need an HD remaster of Stick Wars. Yeah, I played Powder Game, don't worry. Going to more like mainstream, like older games. I played a fuck ton of Incredible Machine as a kid. That's probably where I got so interested in a lot of sciencey things, was Incredible Machine. Like, I had this old Macintosh computer, like this really old, like the bulky one that was like the semi-translucent case, kind of like those old Game Boy Colors, with like the sort of see-through purple backing. That I played Incredible Machine, a lot of pinball, but then like there were a lot of games that were Windows only, and we also had we had a gateway computer, like a Windows 95 machine, that I played Chips Challenge. I played Pipe Dream, Jazzball, Ski Free, Mouse, I think the game was just called, where you're mice trying to escape a maze and there's cats chasing you. Is Dragon Fable the thing I think it is? Powder Game is on mobile now. It's exactly the same as the Flash game. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, Quip. Is Dragon Fable the thing I think it is? Let me look this up. Yes, this is exactly the game I think it is. And yes, I played Dragon Fable. Good God. Plants vs. Zombies remake. Plants vs. Zombies was, I think, the first game I owned on Steam. Literally the first one. It was either that or Night Sky, and then Portal was pretty quick afterwards. When did I get my Steam account? 2011, I think? I'm gonna check really quick. Been on it for 9 years, so yeah, that would be 2011. May 3rd, 2011. 1 year from now, that'll have been 10 years on Steam, and do I regret it? A lot of it, yes. But Hey, listen, we can't go back in time and reclaim all that money we spent on TF2. Gotta keep it running. I mean, yeah, my computer was an absolute shit show back in the day. I am so fortunate to be able to have a good working gaming PC now. You'll be able to see me do the upgrade in the 100,000 subs video whenever that happens. But I recently upgraded my fans. Let me know if you can hear like ambient noise of fans in the background, by the way, because I can do this. If that's better, then I'll do that for streams. And you heard no change? Good. All right, excellent. That's fine then. We don't have to worry about it. Let me turn my gain up a little bit though. It is a little low. You also got viruses in your old crap top because you kept trying to install Minecraft mods. Daily reminder, I almost got a virus like less than a year ago trying to get a Minecraft shader. Oh, good God. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I upgraded my CPU and my motherboard. I went from an i7 7700 to an i5 9600K. That may sound like a downgrade because you're something not sure if it's a fan though. Here, let me turn off the music. We'll do a litmus test really quick. Okay. So this is it with the fan off. There's still a bit of ambient noise from the AC, but all right, now this is it with the fan on. Is there a noticeable difference? No difference? All right, cool. I'll just leave the fans on then. Excellent. You hear it? There's also a low power mode I can do. The fans are still running, but they're just running lower. You can hear it, but only by turning up the volume to hear it. It sounds like white noise, I guess. Yeah, it's probably fine then, especially if we have music going. It's also good to have my fucking fans actually working on my PC. They're a little louder than I would have liked, but hey. Oh, I want a bird outside my window. We had a fucking cardinal fly by. We have this little dish of cat food that we keep outside for cats in the apartment complex. And we had a cardinal fly by and grab a mouthful of cat food and fly off. Fucking alright, get it, bird. Live that life. Anyways, what was I on about? Backing up a bit. Steam, 9 years. Games, upgrade. It may sound like a downgrade to go from an i7 7700 to an i5 9600K, but it's still an upgrade and a pretty good one at that. It's like 30% power boost or so. The main thing is that KB Lake, I believe, was the 700 generation, and I needed to upgrade to Coffee Lake, which is the current gen of CPU. And you had a bird drop a dead fish on your porch. You don't even live near the beach. What? Also, that hair looks lit. Not gonna lie. Thank you. But I needed to upgrade my CPU and my MOBO at the same time. I couldn't just upgrade one with the other. If I got a new CPU, it wouldn't be compatible with my MOBO, and if I got a new MOBO, it wouldn't be compatible with the old CPU. So I had to do both. And in order to afford that, I got a bundle that came with a pretty good MOBO, an Asus, I forget the exact brand, but it's like $200 MOBO, and the i5 9600K, which is also unlocked, so it clocks higher than my old CPU ever could, because my old one was not unlocked. Locked, if you will. If you had enough money, would you go with Ryzen or Intel? I would personally stick with Intel, just because when you're recording and streaming, there's generally fewer compatibility issues with Intel than there is with AMD. But if I was, like, to build a computer from scratch for streaming, for instance, like if I were to have a separate streaming computer from my main computer, which a lot of people do, I would do Ryzen. Ryzen is better for streaming, as far as I've heard. We had a big fucking meth problem in the town I grew up in as a kid. There was a lot of drugs. It wasn't cool. Don't drugs, kid. Have you watched HLVR yet? Not yet. No, I got a lot of shit I'm doing. I'm sorry. Your Intel CPU is constantly running 100 degrees Celsius. Let me check what mine's running at right now. Let me go to resource monitor. My CPU is currently at... Boy howdy, I wish I could see the temperature. Where's the temperature? I thought that you could just see that on resource monitor. I don't have to install some fucking hardware to do it. Is there a way, like, baked into Windows that you can see the temperature of your CPU? I thought you could just go to resource monitor. I guess not. Usually it's Mobo software that shows you. Well, I'm not going to open that on a stream because it might fuck with stuff. But another advantage over this is that my old CPU had four cores but 8 threads, because it was, I believe that's called hyperthreading, where it basically emulates 2 threads per core. And while in theory that's superior, in practice most apps don't make good enough use of that to actually get the advantage of having 8 logical threads. My current one has 6 cores and 6 threads. So, and they're all physical, which means that most apps can actually make use of it, of the extra power that's available. MSI Afterburner is what you use. Only like BIOS or Mobo software. That's fine. It's not baking, and it has a lot of fans, so it's probably okay. It doesn't smell like it's baking. If you ever want to make sure your computer is not on fire, smell it real good. Give it a big ol' and check. It's probably good. I haven't actually really done a stress test on this CPU yet. I guess streaming is the closest I've done to a stress test, because I haven't played Black Mesa since I installed it. I've only played fucking Half-Life Source. That's the only game I've played on my computer since installing the CPU. Good God. You want to upgrade from your i5 4460? Yeah. Again, you'll probably have to do a Mobo upgrade at the same time, which sucks. You also want to get some more hard drives. Oh, I had this fun fucking issue. I'm not going to talk about this in the video because it's really pedantic and long. But I had this fun issue when I was upgrading my computer, where the way that Windows created partitions on my drives through my old Mobo was through master boot record. MBR was the style of partition creation it would use. Nowadays, the most common way to do it is GPT, which stands for, I think it's GPT, something partition table. And it's like a nested acronym. It's hard to remember. And it is how my motherboard expects drives to be formatted for it. So while I was pretty sure I wouldn't need to reinstall Windows when I upgraded my hardware, because Windows 10 is usually pretty good at detecting when there's a hardware change, I swapped out the motherboard, CPU, blah, 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 plugged everything back in, booted it up, and my computer wouldn't boot. It would go to BIOS, and then I would check the boot priority in BIOS, and my drives wouldn't be listed. They were listed as storage devices, but they weren't listed as anything bootable, despite the fact that I do have Windows installed on one of my SSDs. It's a nested acronym. The G stands for another acronym. I forget exactly. But anyways, I was really confused about this, and I got a Windows like repair drive that I have dug through, did a master boot record like fix through command console. Nothing worked. Eventually, I found in my BIOS compatibility booting settings for drives to use legacy booting, and that worked. I was able to boot into Windows like that, but the problem was that it would boot pretty damn slowly, especially for an SSD. It would take like a full minute to boot, rather than like the 5 seconds it takes to boot right now. So I did some digging around after I got everything initialized and all the drivers installed, BIOS flashed, and finally came across the fact that I had to partition it as GPT rather than MBR. However, everywhere I found about this online was telling me, oh yeah, just get like Partition Wizard or some software like this to fix that for you. And eventually I finally found a way to do it through command console. It's an extremely easy process to do it through command console. You just have to be careful, because if your motherboard doesn't support it, then you will fuck up your drive. You can't use your drive. You'll have to reinstall Windows on it because it won't be able to boot. But I was able to change over the partition on my drive and get that all fixed and squared away, and now it works just fine. The reason I'm not going to talk about this in the video is because it's really boring and pedantic, but BIOS uses the old partition table. Yeah, I'm saying BIOS inaccurately here. That's like, it's like a generalization. It's UEFI that my motherboard uses. Basically, the difference is that, generally speaking, this is an extreme generalization. BIOS is that thing that you have to mash like F2 or F1 or delete or enter or whatever when your computer's starting up to get to, that lets you fix things that might be wrong with your computer. And it's usually like you can only work it through the keyboard. It's usually just text printed to a screen. Very basic, very old school, and it is there to fix problems with your computer and to get it working. Usually, most people ever use it for is either booting into safe mode if they get a virus on their computer, or if they're trying to like reinstall Windows or something like that, changing the boot order so that they can boot to their USB drive. That's pretty much all you'll ever use it for in most cases. If you're doing hardware upgrades, you got to get used to BIOS. You're going to be in there a lot. UEFI usually is a more advanced version that can connect to the internet. It has like a proper UI with like image assets loaded, and you can use it with the mouse. It's a lot easier to navigate, a lot easier to use, and it's just the more modern version of BIOS. It effectively serves the same purpose. You can set your RGB in UEFI. I can too. For whatever fucking reason, the RGB on my motherboard is always on, even when my computer is off, and it's extremely fucking luminescent and like glows throughout my entire room, which is really fun when I'm trying to sleep. So, that's fun. Cool. UEFI is basically Dido. That's a good way of putting it, yeah. Like, it works as an operating system not to do general tasks, but to fix what's wrong with your computer. This tech stuff reminds me, there's channels commenting, wanna be friends, and if you respond, your channel gets compromised. Yeah, there's scams like that running all the time. I monitor my comments to make sure shit like that gets deleted. Yeah, I gotta figure out why my RGB is running even when the computer's off, but whatever. Thank you very much for the bits. Quit. Very relaxed pose right now. This is like a good energy. Just unplug your PC. That'll fix it, yeah. Every night, unplug my PC. I have a lot of security things in place that I don't want to talk about specifics for because it's easier to compromise if they are, but I am very paranoid when it comes to cybersecurity. I'm extremely paranoid for it. Like, I'm always worried that people trying to steal your shit, when in reality, it's only about half the internet that's trying to steal your shit. Got some crazy hair. Thank you. Is paranoia even a bad thing for cybersecurity? It's also, like, extremely hypocritical paranoia, because I will never have an always-on listening device in my home. I refuse to have one. But I also use my assistant on my phone all the time. Like, that's effectively the same thing. And if I had these worries about it, it's effectively the same thing. But for some reason, having the idea of a single-use device that is just an always-on listening device in my home really scares me. Even though I have a phone and I have a webcam and I have a microphone, and it's effectively the same worries I should have. You don't use an assistant on your phone, but you're confident it monitors you anyway. They're not actually monitoring you. I know they aren't, but I don't like it still. I don't like having that device. And yet I would use it. If I had one, I would absolutely use it all the time. And I do, because I use it on my phone all the time. Whoa! Whoa, Doreep! 1,000 bits! Holy shit, thank you! Thank you very much! I'm not saying any specific names, because if anyone's listening on speakers, then it can activate their assistant. But, I use Android. I have a Pixel. Drew, trying to show you up, give you a second. Oh, you don't have to. Thank you very much, though. It doesn't recognize your voice reliably. I set mine to have a more androgynous response voice, but the problem is that it tends to activate itself. Like, all of the tracking that companies want to do on an individual is done through the basic shit you're doing every day. What they care about is sending ads to you that you are more likely to click on. That's the biggest thing most companies care about. And they get that data from the videos you watch, from the things that you search online, from things that you click on and interact with and talk about on Twitter. And that's all stuff that you agree to let these companies do when you sign up for their services. And the most they're gonna do with it... Okay! Alright, Quip. Google just asked if you wanted to donate them. Nah, I don't trust them. Through them. You don't trust them. Fair enough. Thank you very much, Quip. Holy shit. Okay! Okay, everyone! Alright, these are bits. These are bits that are bits and bobs. This is a lot of bits and bobs, everyone. Make up for the loss by gathering data for ads. Yeah, that's the most these companies care about is it feels like someone wants to sell me something! And that's like the most they care about. Just earned a new 5K bits badge. 5K, fuck yeah! Fuck yeah, Drago, thank you. Like, the most they care about is just trying to put ads in front of you that you're more likely to click on. And at the end of the day, it's not good that these companies are able to gather that data without most people's realization. But what they're doing with it isn't bad. Ads that you might care more about, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It becomes a bad thing depending on the companies that are using those ads and the fact that there is the framework in place for that data to be gathered. That's concerning to me. But that's also an inevitability. That doesn't mean it's okay, but it means that there's not really a lot I can do about it. So, for instance, like, say, alright, Duke, I will interrupt you with money. It gives me a chance to think about what I'm about to say. Thank you very much, Duke. God damn. Many, many bits from everyone. Thank you all so much. It really does help a lot. So, okay. Effectively, the danger is in what you're trying to be advertised. So, like, Facebook using your interactions with or your posts about politics to try and advertise you political figures to vote for them, I think is bad and fucked up, because that keeps you in a bubble of only your point of view. That's not to say that you need to have opposing viewpoints forced down your throat, obviously not. But if all you're ever advertised is things that it thinks you're already going to agree with, you're gonna get caught in a bubble unless you actively go out of your way to seek other information. You can see the music down here, Stardew Valley music. But, like, again, that's not to say that you have to forcefully go out of your way to read some racist bullshit from some other political figures. Fuck no, obviously not. But I'm more concerned about people who are already all rearing and ready to go about those racist bullshit political figures, and then Facebook just advertises them more racist bullshit, and then gets away with it by saying, you know, it's personalized, it's politics, it's whatever. Shit like that worries me. Hey, Sly music. I should stream the Sly series sometime. Good games, very good games. Well, the first one's fine. 2 and 3 are fucking excellent. I've blocked a lot of very gross companies from displaying ads on my videos. PragerU, that's what they're called, yeah. Stuff like that. I've blocked them from displaying ads on my videos, which is something, as a content creator, you have the option to do. You can also block entire categories of things, but the problem is that those categories get generalized a lot. So, for instance... excuse me. For instance, blocking political ads might also block things about, say, like, LGBTQ corporations who are like Trevor Project or Mermaids, things like that, who are not political corporations. They are just like charities basically that are helping LGBT youth. But it's considered, because it has to do with gender identity and sexuality, it gets thrown into politics and then gets blocked. You finally got an official diagnosis for your autism. Excellent. It's good to get it finally, like, notarized. I haven't used Facebook in eons, and I hate Twitter, but I'm on it because... so schmeed. LGBT issues are politicized just like climate change when they shouldn't be. It depends, because there are certain aspects that need to be politicized, like LGBTQIA people getting more rights in general, like laws about being able to use the bathroom that you identify that you are, basically. Like, you shouldn't have to use the bathroom that is not what your gender is in general. Any situation where that's the case is fucked up. Also, gendered bathrooms are stupid anyways. But, stuff like that is a political issue inherently, because it has to go through political people in order to get passed to become law. It shouldn't be. It should just be something that humans agree, yeah, this makes sense, and then it's passed into law. But no, we have to go through some old farts first. But basic shit like, hey, you know what? Gay people deserve homes. Whoa, hold on, you're getting pretty political there. Holy shit, hold up there, Buster. Yeah, like, it depends on what region you're in, but in the United States of America, we gotta have a whole debate about, what is this, homosexuality? Let's look into this. It was really weird, listening. I've been while working, binging old My Brother and Me episodes, and I listened to the episode that came out, like, just when gay marriage was legalized countrywide in the US, and it was weird, because I kind of forgot that happened pretty recently. Like, what, less than 10 years ago? Good God. Less than 10 years ago, holy shit. A lot of the world is not LGBT friendly. I don't think it's fair to say that. I think there are a lot more LGBT friendly people, or people who are just neutral and don't give a shit either way, which is fair enough if it doesn't come into your life. Like, you just let people be and you don't stop people from being themselves. Cool. Like, that's more common. It's that people who are in power or people whose voices are amplified are bigots. And then they're the ones who make the decisions. And then because those are the decisions made, there are a lot of people who inherently parrot that because person in power said this, so therefore it must be true. Like, I know I'm getting into the weeds a little bit on this, but it's worth discussing that there are a lot of people who would be... Oh, thank you, Quip. Appreciate the bits. I don't know what that is, but thank you very much. There are a lot of people who would otherwise be very neutral or even LGBT friendly if there weren't people who are in power around them feeding them bullshit. I mean, I used to have friends like that who were only bigots because they heard their parents watching shitty news channels that were bigoted and talking about this bullshit that they've been fed. And they think this must be what the world is like because my parents said it. And that's not good. You should be able to draw your own conclusions. I think it's getting easier and easier to draw your own conclusions as the internet is a more and more available resource for younger people. You can do your own research. But that said, there's also a lot of people online who would really like you to check out their Blogspot page about their really racist and homophobic conspiracy theories. And Mr. Jones, I don't think I want to check out your Blogspot page. Thank you for the bits. Please leave the Twitch stream. I was never bigoted, thankfully. My parents were extremely cool and very forward-thinking. And there was a lot of ignorance I had when I was younger because I wasn't exposed to a lot of things outside of straight white people around me because I grew up in northern Maine. But as I got older and started being online more and eventually moved and met other people and made friends, more and more things made me know, like, hey, there's a lot of different people out there and that's good and you should go and meet them. And that is, I think, one of the best things that you can do is just meet and talk to people who have differing life stories than you. Because you'll probably find out that a lot of predispositions that you may have had, even without realizing it, they might have just been things baked into your brain that you never even occurred to you, are bullshit. Is Maine not cool? It's cooler now. And southern Maine is pretty cool overall. But northern Maine used to be pretty garbo. But it's getting better now. When your mayor came out as gay, everyone was like, finally, we all knew. He was afraid of, but everyone was totally okay with it. There was no big celebration or anything because it was seen as normal. The mayor of the town my family lives in, back in Maine, she's gay and she's awesome. She's this cool power lesbian, and it makes me extremely happy to know that there are cool power lesbians ruling the world. Because once you're mayor of Maine, you rule the world, obviously. That's how it works. I don't know if any of you know, that's how politics. Yeah, I wasn't around a very diverse crowd when I was a kid. It was mostly white people, and that sucked. And I didn't realize it sucked until I met other people and realized, like, there's not really an other people. We're all just people, and it would be really cool if I could just meet all the other people and talk to other people. Just talk to people. Get to know each other. Some of them are pieces of shit. Some of them are cool people. Like, there's putting things into an other is lame. We're all just people, and we should get to know each other more. You don't have to put up with someone's bullshit, and you also don't have to let predispositions of what you think of people ruin your life. Just fucking talk to people. But do it from home, because none of us can go outside right now. Favorite band? Foo Fighters. Favorite album? In Your Honor. Favorite song? Best of You. I had a couple of really forward-thinking teachers, and then a couple of real shitters. Oh, Mystery Skulls' new album? Fuck yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah, the cool teachers I had helped my worldview open up, and the lame teachers I had helped me leave middle school. Stuff opens up again in St. Louis tomorrow. Ugh. I still think it's too soon, but there's also like a balance to be struck here of like people are. If there's not going to be enough support, if the most people are getting is a fucking $1,200 once, then like a lot of people do have to get back to being able to pay for their lives. But the fact that we're doing it this way of opening up things too soon instead of getting financial aid to the people who need it is ludicrous to me. Like, out of the three options, doing nothing at all, worst option. Just like leaving things the way they are, leaving everything in lockdown, and that's all we do, worst option. Opening up businesses and the country again, second worst option. Because there are a lot of people who will be evicted or not be able to get food or whatever they need because they aren't able to work. Best option, keep the things closed and give financial aid to the people who fucking need it. That would be cool. That would be really fucking cool if we could just like, instead of a single $1,200 check once, if we could get like, I don't know, for a while at least, a universal basic income. That'd be cool. You've been able to get unemployment for a few weeks now. It's a nice amount you get. Yeah, unemployment right now is pretty good as far as I know. You had a cool teacher in high school who taught native Canadian history. It was always a pleasure to be around. You'll never forget your world religion teacher shutting down a transphobic student. Fuck yeah. There are a lot of people who want to be preset in their understanding of the world, and their understanding of the world is based on extremely limited information, and that's the recipe for ignorance to turn into bigotry. There are some people who are just going to be pieces of shit, no matter what. There are going to be some people who are just predestined for some goddamn reason to be assholes, to be homophobic or bigoted. But a lot of the time it comes from ignorance piling up on ignorance and then hearing more and more wrong, ignorant shit. And then you build up this worldview that's not reflective of reality. Know any good online shops that sell LGBT plus stuff that actually donates back to the community? Let me think. Because I know some, like, I have some mutuals and some friends and just like people I follow who have their own shops. What I would have recommended before would be Tomboy X, but they had like a weird transphobic thing recently and I feel uncomfortable supporting them now. You could go to Rosie Gaze, that's the place where I got my jacket, and support some LGBT people that way. I'll shoot a link to them. Hang on, no, I'll grab you a link. There you go. That's where I got my jacket and my my game friend shirt that my button-up shirt that I sometimes wear. I got a nice print from her too. Would highly recommend. But like, for the most part, it comes down to supporting LGBT people that you like. And if you want to just generally give to the community, donating to charities like Trevor Project. Trevor Project is one I would highly recommend. I'm probably going to call the stream soon. This got a little more political than I intended it to be, but hey, that's fine. The overall point I was trying to make is that putting people into boxes of different people and other people and shit like that is lame. Getting to know people is usually the best way to open up your worldview. And if the people you get to know end up being horseshit, like they end up being bigots or transphobic or whatever, then you don't have to level with them. And just don't let pre-assumptions of people that you may have get in the way of getting to know them, but also don't let the desire to be positive and friendly no matter what let you have to deal with toxic people for the rest of your life. Cut out the bullshit and let in that real shit. That's cut out the bullshit, let in that real shit. If I could have one turn of phrase that would summarize my life for the past 5 years, cut out the bullshit, let in the real shit. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope everyone has a good day. I'm gonna try and stream Black Mesa sometime soon. We're gonna try and get back to Apollo Justice. We've had a lot of delays. Marina's not been feeling super well recently. Send some love her way. And I hope everyone takes it easy. And yeah, you've been supporting me, Drago. That helps a lot. Thank you. The voice actor for Sniper TF2 back 7 years ago said gay rights. Fuck yeah! Gay rights.